This meeting is being recorded. And anyone else can chime in with their own computer version of that sound if they want.
This meeting is being recorded.
This meeting is being recorded.
William,
This
thank you.
meeting is being recorded.
William is so talented that he can live under the water. It is impressive, and drink something at the same time.
This meeting is being recorded.
This meeting is being recorded.
You will record it and you will like it.
Annie, now you've hit on, you got to play more with that. And you will like it. This meeting is being recorded and you will like it. What?
You would like it.
He said you will not fall.
You will like it. Well, let's check in. You can use accents or whatever when you check in. Next time you do like the Sweet Pea story, think about how you could bring the senses of what it felt like to be on the dirt and maybe dirt coming off your shoes, and what mission were you on? Because we want to root for you on this mission. So how do you make the hero sympathetic character that we're rooting for to accomplish their goals? So kind of an overarching thing for everyone to think about. So who would like to check in now? And you have 90 seconds. 90 seconds. Who is checking in?
William,
can go.
2 hands up.
William is ready.
Emla went first.
Okay, so the pool is my house, is my nemesis. Last night, my daughter wanted to go in the hot tub, so I went out with my little paper with instructions. Oh, and I turned the dials and turned the heater on, and it was going to be a wonderful experience in the night sky to have a soak with my daughter, because she wanted to help her sleep. So in an hour, I go out to check the temperature of the water. I kneel down by the hot tub. I reach my hand in. I reach further. I reach further. No water. Oh my goodness. Oh, how many times have I done this before? You don't know. So that is my experience with the pool being my nemesis.
Let's just pause there. I just want to hit on, I love what you just did. So the accent is awesome too, but Pamela made the hot tub or the pool her nemesis. So think about, you can make anything your nemesis. There's like, what is the hero? Who is the hero? Who's the nemesis? The nemesis could be your smartphone. It could be rebooting your laptop. It could be figuring out the remote control. It could be customer service that's standing in the way of what you want. So I love that example of a hot tub being a nemesis. Towards, my goal was joy and happiness. I could see it, it was clear as day, but the hot tub stood in the way. I had the instructions. I was ready to go, but no. The accents, as I watch more people, the best comedians, the best late night hosts, they're all using some kind of accent for another character. And you can even have the hot tub speaking back to you. I let all the water out. You will not enjoy yourself tonight. Whatever it is. All right. Let's go on to Sir William Grace Frost, who is in the bottom of the ocean.
William Grace is in the house. Let's now.
Wait a minute. I need a new background for this.
Okay. You are becoming a background wizard.
And guess where he got it? Guess where he got it? Chris, ask William where he got it.
William, where did you get that background?
From God.
No. Say the C word, William, really slow.
Canva.
No! No! Oh, no.
Canva.
I can't hear you. I can't.
That's
hear
your nemesis, Chris. Your nemesis is Canva.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
Chris will become a Canva expert. Like he's working on it behind the scenes.
I feel like Canva is stalking me right now. All
Your
right.
nemesis.
Yes. It's my nemesis. Yes. All right, William, let's start your time over again right now.
I thought I was invincible.
Oh, I like the start.
Clearly, I was not. Oh, St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I got to the pearly gates. St. Peter said, let me check your ID. William Grace. What's this Grace stuff? Grace. You think you deserve that? Back down with you. Enough of this wings and such things. You don't deserve that. You haven't done your duty yet. Get back there. Oops.
What you thinking?
I never tried to do this before.
Yeah.
What you need to do is go back and be an Egyptian, because that is where you will find your grace. The sacred pyramids of the pharaohs. One of these days I'll get to Egypt, but for now I have to just babysit friends' house who live in Egypt.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. That's
it.
awesome. I love actually your pacing. Even with 90 seconds, you weren't rushed in your pacing. There was a mystery to start it, and I love it. So thank you for gracing us, William Grace Roth. All right.
Never tried to tell a story by changing backgrounds before.
I love it. I mean, so that's do you have a curtain behind you that makes your backgrounds look better? Or I would get a green screen if you don't have a green screen yet. Is that green?
It's blue.
You might invest in a green screen, William, the way you play with that. I think
Yeah.
it might make your backgrounds even better.
Let's see.
I'm considering it. I'm considering it myself. All right.
Where do you buy a green screen?
On
Online?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's actually a curtain that you can hang, or
Yeah, it's if you can hang that one, you can just put a green curtain over that one. And you'll probably like this. One of the people I know actually brought a green T-shirt to say
one of the people.
The people. One of the
people you know. Okay.
I know a lot of people. One of the peoples I know bought a green T-shirt, and so he's just like a floating head.
Yeah.
All you see is his head.
I think I can do that, can't I?
Hi, Patricia.
Good morning.
Good morning, Patricia. So we've got Jackie and Patricia left to do their 90-second check-in.
Patricia can go first.
Patricia can go, folks.
I just got here.
Jackie's on a pillow. At least you're sitting upright.
At least I'm
Hey,
Out of-
hey,
out of-
hey.
brush my teeth.
Out of bed. Out of bed, Jackie. Let's go.
Don't confuse me, Jackie. I've grown to really love Pillow Jackie. But you showed up whether you're tired or not. You showed up. You can't get your head off a pillow. That's no excuse for not showing up. You're here still.
That's true.
All right, Patricia, fix your lights so we can see you better.
Well, I'm not quite sure how to do that.
Face the window.
Well, I gotta close the blinds then.
Face the window or close the blinds.
Or turn your computer screen a different direction.
Turn your lamp
Or
on.
turn your computer screen a different direction.
Or turn your lamp on.
Turn your lamp. Not if it's behind you, though. Not if it's behind you.
Behind your computer.
Come next to the computer. Let's see if we can see your face.
Yeah, how to do it this way.
That's much better.
Okay.
We can see your books too. Now we'll try to pin your video and read which books you have.
You could probably guess which books I have. Okay,
All
how's
right,
that?
Patricia, you get 90 seconds. 90.
Okay.
90.
Well, yesterday I did something that I haven't done in a long time. I haven't done it really at all, which is what we were laughing about last week. And that was, I binge watched a series on science and spirituality with my friend Jackson, who was here for a bit. And it was really fun. We really had a wonderful time. And I can see where it gets to be quite addictive when you finish one segment and then, you know, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm half asleep, you guys. I'm sorry.
You no need to be sorry.
What?
No need to be sorry.
No need to be sorry. Yeah, I see that.
What does it say on
Anyway,
it, Patricia? What does it say?
Progress, not perfection. Is that right? Yeah.
Just for you.
Perfection seems to be quite the word that's emerging these days, isn't it? You know, as far as people not worrying about it, just getting it done. So anyway, that was fun yesterday. I'm sorry I missed you all, but I really made that decision, and I'm glad that I did. I enjoyed the call. We were all on the call with Tiamo the other day, and I think Aniola wasn't there. And I think it was really a wonderful opportunity for us to reconnect. I'd be curious to see how the rest of you feel about it, but I think I think the idea that Tiamo had was to really come together and be supportive of each other in the work, even though Wendy and I are the only ones in the Mastermind 3 program. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking a lot about the perfectionism speech.
20 seconds.
Okay. And I really would appreciate your help in having me refine it so that I can rock that speech. And
10 seconds.
There's several places that I'm going to be presenting it, many of which are Toastmasters, but also Unity Church and an organization in town of healers. So there's my check-in. Not very exciting, but here I am. I'm here at least.
It's a great check-in. Every check-in is good when you check in.
As long as
Yes,
you check out.
in.
All right, Jackie. We need to see your face. Oh,
There she is. There she is.
Tyrion.
Oh, no.
Tyrion.
Gideon.
Wake up that mother of yours, Tyrion. Wake her up. Wake up, Cersei. Teach her to not be so evil and mean and insecure.
Excuse me.
Tyrion.
Cersei is not his mother.
That's
Cersei
right.
is-
That's sister.
Cersei is a sister.
Sister. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
You go.
Mom, why are you laughing so much? Why are you laughing so much? Oh, Eliza Schlesinger. Yeah, she's really, really funny. Okay, yeah, this is a good cuddle time while you're watching Eliza Schlesinger. Yes. Oh, our puppy is so cute. Okay, Mom. Oh, why are you furrowing your brow, Mom? Why? Oh, that's so nice that Uncle Lynn's gonna come over and mow the grass tomorrow, but you have to go and pick up my poop before you're calm. I know you're like this, Mom. You're like this. Oh, I'm like digging for gold in the yard. Where's some poop? Yay, I found some. Oh my gosh, why do I have to do this before the call? It's too early. That's what you're like, Mom. You know, it's, yay, you finished it. You got all the poop. Now you can go back to bed and we can cuddle and you can be on your call. That's it.
All right. Just after you pick up poop, don't do this.
Well, okay, I should say there's a pooper scooper. And I have the handle. And it has The claw.
The claw.
And the claw picks up the poop.
I
and
love
puts
it.
into
So
the
Jackie
bag.
is working already on the plan, and then Pamela's done version 2. So here's my goal for the day. We've all done our check-ins except for Bobby, who is on listen mode. And we've already, actually, most of us have already played with accents, but I still want to play with some accents. And in the way I want to play with accents is this: anyone can do an accent, and you can even have yours on mute if you want, but attempt to do the same accent they're doing or your version of theirs. Just play with it, see how it goes, see what the accent does. The next thing is we're going to go to senses. Just enhance the senses, bring as many of those as we can in some quick exercises. And I thought either we'll talk about a meal we've had for senses, which is good for senses, or a walk we've gone on. Then we're going to get emotional. We're going to go really emotional. We're going to probably go really too far with our emotions. And then we're going to do a soap opera. You're going to make up a soap opera and play 2 characters, at least, just 2 characters minimum, but you're going to play it. And then an animal fable. You're going to make up a fable. And you get to pick your animal. You get to pick your spirit animal, William.
I stopped keeping track. I need to write all this down.
You don't. We're going to go through them one by one. There's nothing you need to be prepared for. All of this is you doing it. And then the last thing is your story. So we're going to get to your story. So a lot of these are going to be really quick. A quick bout of accents. Who would like to lead us off? Let's have Pamela lead us with her German accent, and let's all attempt to be as German as Pamela.
So what was the first one? Just anything. Just say anything.
Anything with your German accent.
Jawohl. We all must come here now and sit at the table because it's time to eat. And you
Yeah.
must get your
Jawohl, you must come to the table.
Yeah, give us short phrases so us that are not good at that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm speaking as an Indian. Okay, hold on. Let me get it back. Jawohl.
Jawohl.
Please sit down. We must all sit at the table.
Jawohl.
Jawohl, we must all sit at the table.
A seat. Sit at the table.
Eat.
All right, Patricia, let's hear your jawohl.
I wrote, I think we should come and sit at the table and have some kielbasi.
I love yours. Look,
We should all
an
come to the
imperfect
table
accent
and
is
sit at your party.
sit at the table. Jackie, we know you got a German accent. We want to hear it.
How do you know? Whoops. 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 How
Whoops.
do you know? How do you
You're
know
a-
this about me?
You be spy. I heard that English come out of you.
It was Scottish.
No,
It was
you did
Scottish.
not.
I think he was
I-
Scottish.
You are being. I am not a spy. That's my view. What you think, but I am not a spy.
I am not.
Yeah. You are a spy. I know it. I see it. Come to the table right now and hook up to this lie detector.
Yes, Aniola. Aniola's on a roll today.
I will not. I will not. I do not have to answer to you.
Okay. Who can do the best Sergeant Schultz? I know nothing.
Nothing.
I know
I know
nothing.
nothing.
I see nothing.
I see nothing.
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I see nothing.
I know nothing.
Patricia, we need your Sergeant Schultz.
I know nothing. I know nothing. But I see everything.
I hear everything.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do this. Here we go. Let's see. As we work out the details, can we do it? Where is it? Share screen. Share with computer sound. Share.
What is he doing in the uniform, General Hogan, please? Oh, you went too far. I must report this. It would be worth my life if I do not report this.
It's only until tomorrow, and he's going to take it off again. After he steals the tank
Oh?
from the Panzer Division.
Oh?
He brings it here into the barracks.
Oh, I see nothing. I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
Oh my God. I
watched
know
that-
nothing. I did not see nothing.
I did not get up this morning.
Up this morning.
I did not even get up this morning.
I watched that the day before yesterday because I introduced Kevin to it.
Oh,
Had no idea.
I
what
know
was talking
nothing. Okay, let's have Jackie lead us in an English accent.
Oh, an English accent. Would you like the Queen? Hang on. Tyrion's right here. Would you like the Queen? Would you like something royally British? Because
Yes,
that's up
that
in
would-
your,
very good,
up
Vinny.
in the top of your throat, like
We need
that.
short phrases, please. Short.
Off with the head.
Off with the
Off
head.
with the head. Off with the head.
Off with the
Off
head.
with the head.
Okay, give us another actually modern British phrase, Jackie.
A modern British phrase.
modern.
Time for tea.
It's time for tea, love.
It's not so
Huh?
modern.
Love.
Time for tea, love.
Time for tea and crumpets, love.
Tea and
Tea, love.
crumpets. Tea and crumpets.
William sounds like an English Yoda.
William sounds like an English.
Does Yoda drink tea? William, can you tell us? Does Yoda drink tea?
Tea is for me. Eh?
Eh?
Tea for you? No, it's tea for me.
please.
And they're not really crumpets, they're biscuits. And biscuits are not like Southern biscuits in the United States. Biscuits are like cookies.
Cookie.
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 Cookies. Would you like a
I love
biscuit?
that
Means
line.
would you
Do
like a
that for us
cookie?
really slow, Jackie. Biscuits are like cookies.
Biscuits are like cookies.
Biscuits. I like
I like
cookies.
I like cookies.
Biscuits are like cookies.
Cookies.
Biscuits are like cookies.
All right, who else has an accent for us?
I will do an Indian accent if you like.
I would like.
Okay.
It's one of my weaknesses.
This morning
the-
I'm making curry. No, that's so wrong. Oh God.
Oh God, that's very British.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
Somewhat.
Is it? Would you be thinking? Would you be thinking it's a British? Would you be thinking it's a British? Would you be? That is. It's all about the D's. The D's become the D's.
No, it's not big. Oh, where'd it go? It got pull it out of me.
Think a D. Think
I
a
would
D.
like you to do what you are really good
Like
at.
to have some
You're
McDonald's.
Southern
this morning.
Texas. You're
Would you
Texan.
like to have some McDonald's this morning? Because I think it would be a very good meal to have this morning. Some
A very
McDonald's.
good meal
Yes.
to have.
Yes. McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald. McDonald.
McDonald.
Very
McDonald.
A very
McDonald's.
good meal.
McDonald.
McDonald's.
There is no.
It's a,
There,
it's a,
there
it's
is
a
no
very good.
plural.
It's a very good meal.
McDonald. McDonald.
McDonald's.
It will make you very fat. Yes.
Right.
You're still talking like Yoda. You're still talking like Yoda, William. William,
Indian
get
than
rid
me.
of Toyota.
I can't.
William sounded more Indian
I
than I did.
I think
can't.
William
I
should
can't
own
not.
Toyota.
I can't not.
William,
sounded
can you do
It's
Yoda?
all the D's. It's all the
No.
D's.
I don't.
William,
What
Every
does?
D,
I don't. What
every
does Yoda
T
say?
becomes a D.
We're gonna have to find Yoda next time, but let's
Yeah.
do this.
Get
All
it,
right.
Pamela, I want to do
Southern?
this. So Pamela, do your Texas Southern, and then we'll go to Jackie's Southern. So Pamela,
right.
what's your Texas Southern?
Hi y'all. How you doing today?
I love it. Stay right there. Hi y'all, how you doing today?
Hey y'all, how you doing today?
Hi, y'all. How you doing today?
Hi,
Hi,
y'all. Today.
Hey, y'all, how you doing today?
Hi y'all, how you doing today? All right, Jackie, give us another Southern accent that we can copy with a nice phrase.
Okay, that one that you're talking with is a little more
I
drawl.
like the drawl. I love
Drawl on that. But if you talk normal Southern accent, you're not gonna have a deep South is more of a drawl. But
Well,
other
the one you
Southern
want.
accents are they're quicker.
Give us
They're
a
not as
phrase.
drawl.
Give us a phrase. Pillow
A
Jacket.
phrase. Oh, y'all come back now here.
Y'all come back now, yeah.
Y'all come back now.
Y'all come back now here.
Y'all come back now here.
Y'all come back now. Here.
Y'all come
like
back now,
sweet-
yeah.
Would you like sweet tea or would you like Coke?
Would you like sweet tea or
Sweet.
you like Coke?
I like some sweet tea, please.
I love sweet tea.
I love my sweet
Would
tea.
you like sweet tea or Coke?
Patricia, do you like sweet tea or Coke?
Would you like sweet tea or Coke, sweetie pie?
All right. Does anyone else have an accent they would like to do?
Mine.
You know what I've done is I've taken, you know how Siri has all these different voices. So I've been playing with voices, and I have an Indian man on. So every time he gives me an instruction, I repeat it just to practice it, because I'd really like to be able to work with
Absolutely.
the Indian accent.
Perfectionism in action.
Hey,
Yes.
Siri, what time is it?
It's 11:32 a.m. It's 11:32 a.m.
It's 11:30 a.m.
It's 11:32 a.m.
It's 11.
Hey Siri, call James Massey. Calling James Massey.
Calling James Massey.
Calling
James Massey.
Calling.
All right.
James Massey.
Let's
Calling
jump to
James Massey.
let's jump to the
Calling James
senses.
Massey.
I have an Australian guy on my Siri.
Okay, let's hear your Australian.
Siri, what the hell's wrong with you?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
What are you sorry about?
Siri.
Siri, what are you sorry for?
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm not sure I understand.
I
I'm
understand.
not
Sure,
sure
I
I
understand.
understand.
But I understand.
I had me a friend when I was in the Army. His name was Wayne Mudd. Let me tell you what, you want to talk about a coon ass? This old boy, he came from Louisiana. He said to me one day, you ever eat any of them crawdads? Them things is good. You need to get you some. I know where to get some. Let's get some. Let's do that.
He couldn't resist. I
Let's
love
do
it.
it. Bobby, aren't you supposed to be on another call? You are in training, sir. You are
My
in
call
training.
was on mute at the present moment. I made an adjustment so I could come and say hello to this fine group of individuals. Y'all's making me smile this morning with all this here talk from the South.
You all need to be in training, sir. You need to get your butt back in that training.
I'm
Oh,
getting
we
back. I just had to
appreciate
come
it.
say a quick
We
hello to
appreciate
everybody,
ya.
let you know I was missing you today. We'll see you on the flip side, I'm sure. I'm going to get me a sweet tea now.
I want to get me some
Appreciate ya.
crawdad.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you showing up. Let's get emotional, people. I want to hear some emotions from you. You pick your emotions, and I want you to really feel it. Oh,
Please don't go, Bobby.
don't go, Bobby. Oh, no, no.
Told every single time.
Thank you, William. From space, that was pretty impressive. Jackie's getting emotional on us. Let's get Jackie some space to get emotional.
Mm,
Come on.
I did that in
Bobby,
Tyrion
don't
looked
leave
over.
us. All right,
It's
Patricia.
more mystery.
Patricia, you must get emotional.
If you ever do that again, you are in big trouble, mister.
Are you talking to your cat or Jackson?
I don't know who I'm talking to. talking to one of the abusive men in my life. Not now, though.
Okay, let's get someone to show a happy emotion. We want to, and we'll copy that or give our versions of it.
I'll do one.
Okay.
every time you do something like this, it just makes my heart swell. I'm so, so proud of you.
Oh, I like the subtle happy. Yes, the subtle proud. Thank you for doing that. You judged me. Oh my gosh. Thank you for just being here. Come on, people.
Tyrion, Tyrion, come here. Tyrion, I love you. I love you. Come here. I love you.
William, William, what's going on with you, sir?
Oh my God. Oh, so.
I'm sure glad Kevin's still asleep.
Sounds good.
William, you almost took this thing R-rated right there. That was pretty impressive.
Wow, William.
That
You
was
got balls, man.
that was pretty impressive. Okay, Aniola, I can feel some emotions coming out of you.
Guys, you brought me birthday presents? Oh!
Kiana just poked her head in here and said, "Are you having phone sex?"
Calling your calls, Chris.
That's actually how well you sold it, William.
What?
Phone sex with Chris.
She says, "I love you a lot, but not that much."
All right, Aniola, your turn again.
Oh, this. Hi, little bird. Oh, thank you for showing yourself to me. You make me so happy today.
Thank you for that. And just for a lesson too, we can use this. If you have an animal in your life that you love, Jackie's talking to Tyrion. Using that is to let how dog owners talk to their dogs. You can use that for other characters as well. So I want you to go, over the top with whatever emotion you're sharing. Patricia, I know you're emotional. Don't let it out of that perfect exterior. I want you to get emotional on us.
I love you so much. I can't even begin to tell you. My heart just swells every time you walk into the room. I love you, my little bushki boodle deedle da. I love you. Come here. Come here. I want to kiss you. Mm.
Nice. So I love what Patricia did there. It felt like I thought she was talking to a human being at first. And maybe she was in her head. And then it flipped, so you knew it was the cat. And that it had that other energy, that almost growly cat energy and playfulness to it. So I love that.
I was talking to my harmony magic.
I could feel it at the end. I didn't get it at first. Any emotion that someone wants to share that we want to all do?
What? Why did you? Oh my gosh.
Don't say that C word again. You guys stop it.
Oh.
Chris. Canva.
And then you do it. Then you do it.
Together.
I ask nicely, and then you go and do it again.
Canva.
Oh my God.
What word? COVID-19. I'm so sick of hearing COVID-19. I don't ever want to hear it again.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that Canva 19 stuff.
Canva 19.
Do you remember the year of Canva?
Oh, yeah.
When we were all quarantined?
Okay, we're going to do soap opera, and we're going to do it really fast and no pressure on yourself. This is your first time doing a version of soap opera. Mine, too, in terms of making up with a couple characters. I want you to think of a character that wants something and another character that's getting in their way. And it can be super short. It can be just like a quick scene, 20, 30 seconds. If you want to string it out a little longer, if you're on a roll, string it up to 90 seconds if you want. But all it has to be is 15 to 30 seconds. Just run a little scene. One character wants something, and the other character is holding him back. Pamela looks like she is getting ready.
I'm ready.
All right, okay.
Victor, our family can't bear it if you leave again. Nikki, you know that I must do this for our family. This is what I was brought to this earth for, to protect us. But darling, what if you die? I just could not bear it. I will not die. I am Victor Newman.
Yeah. And so I know that stuff from, I think, watching with my grandparents long ago.
I've been watching with my mom, even though she's long gone. I watch it. I'm addicted to it. But guess what, guys? It hasn't been on for a full month and a half now. They only had enough things shot for 4 weeks. So
No.
I'm going through withdrawal.
No.
No.
It isn't so.
No.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Young
about?
and the Restless.
Young and the Restless, Patricia.
It's so funny how I wonder how many people like have these shows that they've watched that they really miss because they haven't been able to film. And
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's right. No, I'm with you. How many, who's next? Who's got their soap opera?
I'll go.
Okay.
I want to see my grandfather. But you know, you'll just have to wait. I haven't seen him in so long. I want to see my grandfather. Honey, he hasn't even been embalmed yet.
A lot of the big characters, yes. Yeah. All right, who's up?
I have something very important I need to tell you, and I'm afraid to tell you. Well, what is that, Patricia? What is that? Oh, you are not going to believe this. Oh my God, my life is over. What are you talking about where your life is over? Can I tell you? Yes. Are you sure you're not going to be angry at me? No, tell me. That's it.
I love it. I love it, Patricia. You went for it, and you went. Yes. All right, Jackie or Aniola.
What'll it be? That's
I
not
think
my
it's-
start.
I think it's you, Jackie.
Okay.
I'm blank.
I just want to say I've been watching Jane the Virgin, which is like a telenovela kind of, and it's the same type of thing as a soap opera, but
Bring
it's
it.
got Spanish in it. It's funny, but I'm not going to do that
Okay.
accent, I don't think. But now that I know we're working on accents, I might try to spiff up on it. And
Bring it.
okay. You know that I want him. Please. That's all I would ask for. Please. He's my heart and soul. You don't even know how much this would mean to me. Well, I don't know. I like to have control. And if I give him to you, let you have him, I will no longer have control. I must think on this. But please. There you go.
I want to know what this thing was.
Oh, I was thinking about two people in a divorce, and one wanted to have the dog.
Oh, okay. I kind of thought so. Well, I wasn't sure.
Aniola.
Annie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just so blank right now.
That's all right. I'll help you. I'll do a little mind version. I've never done this before. I didn't prepare for this. So, honey, you know I need it in the morning. You know I need it, and I need it from you. Sweetheart, I ruined it again. I'm sorry. I ruined it again. Don't let this be the end. You know I can't handle when you burnt the toast.
Chris, you never want
It's not my fault. It's the toaster that you keep forcing forcing me to use. Don't you blame this on me.
Blame it on the toaster.
And so, Annie, I can give you a conflict. So the conflict is simply, you can't leave the house now. I'm too afraid, whatever. Two characters. One doesn't want him to leave the house because they're afraid and they want their company. The other wants him to stay.
Oh, no, please, don't take this job. I can handle it if you're gone, like for a week at the time. What'll I do? How am I going to do all the chores around here? Well, honey, I have to take this job because I like driving, and this is the job that came. I'm gonna take this job as a trucker, and we need.
Get big, shorter sentence, go big. Emotions.
Okay. I'm gonna take this job, and you can't stop me.
There we go.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all I got.
No, that's good. So this emotion, you can't take. I got to take this job for us, and you got to suck it up. Just something big that makes you feel, and you can always bring it down when you speak on stage, but maybe you don't. Maybe you bring it high. So we didn't
feel like a truck driver. Feel like a truck driver.
So 30 seconds.
Go, Pamela.
Come on, feel like a truck driver.
Drive that truck, baby.
That's right.
Chris, these are great exercises, by the way. This is brilliant.
30 seconds. I want you to describe a meal you've had. You got 30 seconds. Or Sunday, or just one food.
I'll go.
Okay.
Oh, I was sitting there at the melting pot. A chocolate with just enough chocolate. Some people, they like milk chocolate, and some people like dark chocolate. But this chocolate had to have been right in the middle. Perfect. Perfect shade of chocolate. The perfect sweetness. That chocolate dripping off the pound cake. It was pure decadence. It was heaven.
All right. I love the ending. Heaven. All right. Who's up next?
The buffet was over, and I was just livid. I was like freaking out. Like, where is the dessert table? I mean, little did I know that in Costa Rica on Valentine's Day, it's a national holiday, and they have everything you could ever want, and dancing and food and wine. And where's the dessert table?
Where is it? All right.
The maitre d' sent me to this other room, and there was an entire room full of desserts.
Oh my God. Where they go? All right. Who's up?
I'll go.
Okay, Pamela.
I'm just going to use this as a prop.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it smells like heaven. And it looks like heaven. Can't wait. Who would have known that this could really taste this amazing? The flavors: coconut, mushroom, cocoa bean, coffee bean. These flavors are just like God's creation. Oh.
All right.
I couldn't wait to get to this restaurant because it has absolutely one of my favorite dishes. And I sat there waiting for it to come, chatting with my friends, and I said, wait until you try this dish. I think it's one of the best I've ever had. So everybody ordered the same thing. We ordered filet of sole with capers and lemon and butter on wilted spinach. Oh, it is so, so delicious. So the waiter came over and served us all, and there it was in front of me, this perfect filet of sole, breaded very, very lightly. And the lemon was just drizzled on it, and the butter, you could see the butter underneath the fish, and I just couldn't wait to take my fork and take a bite.
Take a bite. Nice.
Delicious.
Take a bite already.
Take a bite.
Aniola.
We had created, my siblings and I had created the perfect meal. Grass-fed ribeye, perfectly done, just juicy and pink, and we sliced into it. I sliced into it, and then the mushrooms with all their pot liquor from the butter and the little tiny bit of organic wine that my sister threw in there at the last minute, and I spooned those mushrooms over that ribeye, and I took my first bite, and that steak melted in my mouth.
Nice.
Very good.
Nice. I was dead asleep, but my nose is pulling me up out of bed. And I could smell the sizzle and hear the sizzle of bacon downstairs, and it would fill my nose, and eggs and pancakes and the sweetness of the syrup. It just pulled me down the stairs, and as I felt half asleep as I was spooning it or forking it into my mouth. All right. Let's jump.
Has anybody, can I say something real quick? Has
Yes.
anybody ever seen Kate and Leopold?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There's that moment when he's filming that commercial and he goes, fresh creamery butter. Is there anything better? Sorry, I just had to say that.
Yeah, please say that. Let's all do a little version of that. Fresh creamery butter. Is there anything better? So you know the senses that get you get to people smell. We talked about this before. You smell in your presentations. I think it's one of in the one group, the one lady was talking about, it is the primitive sense that actually even develops in utero. And it's powerful if you can bring it up, like the smell of butter, the smell of coconut for some people, the smell of chocolate chip cookies for me, the smell of pizza, the smell of freshly baked bread.
Oh, yeah.
Sourdough. Freshly baked sourdough bread.
Or for me, even blueberry muffins.
Ooh, yeah.
Like the ones from Costco.
For me,
I remember.
The poppy seed, but the best were the chocolate chip.
Baking them in your own kitchen, that's the best.
Get passionate about something. So, okay, we want to jump to your stories. So 90 seconds to 3 minutes work on your particular story. So any piece of it that you want, it could be a new piece, it could be a new story from your story bank that you're playing with, any piece that you want to work with for your own material. Who would like to go first?
Wait a minute. Say it again. I missed it.
So just any, it's really, William, any piece of material that you want to work with, my suggestion is it be something you're working on for a bigger piece. Like if you're working on a 90-minute, 45-minute, an hour talk, a 20-minute talk, or an intro talk for a video, this is a chance to play with it, get a little bit of feedback for it. And if you want feedback, probably stick more with the 90-second type version. But feel free to go a full 3 minutes if you want
3
to.
minutes? I'll
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
I'll go.
Pamela?
You know how amazing and wonderful that honeymoon period is in any relationship? The first 6 to 9 months, they do no wrong. It doesn't matter what they do. They're amazing and wonderful. And then around 6 months, the frontal lobe kicks in and you're looking at them going, how could I ever thought that was a cute thing? How could I ever have thought that they were sweet like that? Oh, everything they do is driving me crazy. Well, I just realized it's like that with kids.
Could you try again?
When they hit around 12, 13, you can do nothing right. You can do absolutely nothing right. But prior to that, Mom, you're the best mom. Oh, Mom, you know, you're wonderful. Now you lean over them. Ooh, you smell. Ooh, your breath stinks. Ooh, do you have to burp in front of me? Ooh, 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 you're stupid. Well, all I can say is I'm at least happy that I got almost 13 years of a honeymoon period with my daughter. And I hope to get 13 years of a honeymoon period with my next partner. Can you help me?
Nice. Any feedback for Pamela on that? And if you don't want feedback, you can say, I don't want feedback.
I'll take it. This is just a new story I've come up with because I thought about relationships and how similar they are to that whole thing with kids.
Yeah, I like the reference to the honeymoon, and I could imagine just playing up, what it's like on a honeymoon even more, so really build up that whole
I only had
romantic, sexual, energy around a honeymoon, and then
I just only had 3 minutes, but yes, okay, build it
well,
up.
we'll just do that, and then draw that out into, and I want more.
Yeah, but Pamela, you don't need to be get any defensive about the time limit. It's just these will be additions that you can add to make it expand it. And I think William's onto it, and that's for all of us. What William just said, I think there, if you can hit something, especially the honeymoon or something can people relate to, draw it out at least for a little bit. It's like baking bread. You don't want to go the whole like a whole story. Go, the bread just aroused my senses and I felt amazing. And go, when is he going to get on to even actually tasting the bread, whatever it is? But take us a little bit there, heighten it, especially with things like honeymoon, to how good it can be, like contrast, create contrast from how good to how bad. How good to create contrast in things you do. It's like, think about the characters in your favorite movies or TV shows or books. They create contrast between the different characters.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else feedback?
I think the topic is very relevant. I mean, it's a timeless topic about how relationships go through different stages. And I'm in that period right now where I'm, we're going through changes in our relationship, but they're really moving us forward in a positive direction. So I just wanted to say that I think it's a good, relevant topic for everyone.
I'm going to do a podcast on it.
All right. Excellent.
You have a lot of range, Pamela, and I would encourage you to use the full breadth of it. Like your facial expressions are so alive, and your voice is really draws in, and your movement is good. And then I would just play with those things even bigger, like draw in closer, when you're talking softer, or modulate your voice up and down more. It's like that whisper is great, and then you come back and talk bigger and louder, and then just the variation of the range, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. For all of us, the variation of a range gets people to pay attention and interest. If you whisper the whole time, they go, when is this guy gonna stop whispering to me? Versus the attention. But the other thing I get is this, for comedy and for life, even a little specificity. Add something to, like the honeymoon phase, when you find when they're crunching ice, how beautiful they crunch ice. It's like, it's almost like you want to kiss them when they're crunching ice so you can share the mutual crunched ice. And then after that, you get to, are you crunching your ice again? Can I just focus on my favorite TV show? It's that range of emotions that you can bring in and get people to feel what you feel. But some specificity really works. Naming things, naming characters, a specific thing you were doing that people can relate to.
I love this feedback. Love it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Who's up? Any material that you want to work on, brand new, first time to you've done it 20 times.
Oh God, here I am waiting for him again. I have to get to town. He took the Jeep. He knows I need to be in town at 4 to teach my students. Oh, I have like 35 minutes until it's time, and it's like It takes me 15 minutes to drive on a good day, and I can smell the rain coming. I have to go down that big hill in the Jeep, so I can't go too fast. Oh my God. Here he comes. The top is down. Oh, he knows I have trouble putting the top up. Why? I think he does this deliberately. So then he stomps into the house. Like, here I am. I'm trying to put the top up. I can't do it. I don't have the strength in my fingers. I can't put the top up. I'm gonna have to go ask him for help.
Okay.
Kevin, please come out.
No, let's pause there for a minute. That's really good. But here's, I would consider this.
Hey, Chris,
Jump
I'm
right
sorry
into
to I'm sorry to interrupt. I've got to go now, so I just didn't want to.
Well, do you have time?
Sorry. Yeah, I got my next meeting starting, so I got to go.
Okay. See you, William.
Hi, William. Thanks for
being here.
See you later.
Thank
William.
you.
So here's my take. Annie, what if you did this? Go right into the action. In terms of he's gonna make me late again, and the top's down. How could he do this? And it's about to rain. He knows I need to get to teach my students. Is he doing this on purpose to hurt me? And just right into the action instead of these things that don't mean a ton. Certainly share information if it's really crucial to the story.
Okay.
And then jump in. He knows I care about my students. I need to get into town. He's made me late again. And the top's down and it's about to rain. I can smell it in the air. Does he ever think of me? And I can't get this top on. I got to go in and ask him, and I don't want to ask him. But and you can actually have a dialogue with him instead of change it. As he pulls up with the top down, I need to get into town. You know I'm late again. He just walks into the house.
Mm-hmm.
I fight with the top, and I know I have to head in and ask him. Any other feedback for Annie on that?
I guess just more looking at the camera.
Yeah.
You know, just like you're talking to a friend, telling them, I can't believe he does this all the time. You know, just pretend like you're having a casual conversation with someone.
That's a great practice on it
You're
too.
looking at them, not you're looking up.
I'm going to practice my story in the mirror, which I haven't been doing lately.
That's all right, but I encourage everyone to practice outside of this on as many avenues as you can that make it fun. Like with you, Annie, call your grandkids up, call friends up, call other people up, anywhere you can tell a story. Now with this for the camera, I need to work on it too. I looked at one of my videos of interviews because it's side by side on the screen. I was constantly looking like this. And what I did is I minimized the window and attempted to move my guest over as close to underneath the camera as possible to help me look a little bit more directly versus way off to the side.
Annie, just then when you were saying that I'm going to practice in the mirror, you had this presence. You were looking at the camera, I think, because it looked like you were looking, and you just had more of a presence. So I think when you're getting ready to do your story, I don't know if this is true, you get maybe a little nervous. And just be the way you are. Just be and pretend you're talking to a friend about it. Like, oh my gosh, this happens all the time. Oh, I can't stand it anymore. And just look, because we are not going to judge you.
Look, this is a perfect place to do this. And sometimes Patricia's version, it works when she goes. Sometimes it's really good. I love when she does that sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't work as much. But just notice what works and what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. I like you were reaching up and trying to close the top. You know, I think that, you know, that helped to really get the point across.
My fingers are not strong enough. You know, you didn't just say, I have a hard time putting it on. That makes people go, oh yeah, like if my fingers weren't strong enough, how would I do that? I can't snap the buttons. It hurts.
He knows I can never snap those buttons.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating. But great feedback. And Patricia, some of our feedback only has to be positive too. So Patricia pointed something she really liked that you did. Just notice one of the best things we can do for each other is point out what we really like as well. All right, who's up?
All right, I'll go.
All right.
Hey, I have a confession to tell you. I am a perfectionist. Correction. If I'm going to be perfect in my statement, I'm a perfectionist in recovery. Like right now, I want to present the perfect little speech for all of you. Perfect diction, perfect intonation, perfect gestures. Perfect. You see, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and it really bothers me. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot walk by a mirror without looking. I try to walk by, but then I look because I have to be sure that every single hair is in place and my makeup is perfect. And of course, perfect makeup is absolutely important for a great speech. And of course, the perfect outfit. Oh, yes, you have to look at it this way. Yes. And I can tell you many stories about.
Okay, stop there for a second. I got some humor for you to add to it.
Okay.
I love after your mirror part. I loved your hand things. I could tell Bobby loved the hand gesture things. You could see on his face. So if
Hey,
you're
Bobby.
looking at your audience too, you can tell what they like and don't like. But it's the when you look across the mirror thing. I love that. I can't, but do it this way. Go. I walk and I got to look. So make it so that you got to look. So we're the mirror, and so bring it this way. So I can't help but look. But then I looked. I was going to this meeting.
Then I have to look. Yeah.
This one moment freaked me out in time in the past. I was going to this meeting and I looked down the hall. There was like 20 mirrors. I didn't know if I was going to make, I wanted to be on time to be perfect, but all those mirrors, I was going to have to stop and look at each and every one of them. I didn't know if I was going to make it. So you can play with that. The two perfect things that fight each other is a great sense of humor in terms of this. I need to be on time, Patricia, but oh my gosh, this eyelash is not quite how it should be. Oh my, the lip. Oh, there's a little on my teeth. You know, whatever it is, you can make that fight that people have and exaggerate that particular fight. Your playfulness. And did you make a mistake, a real mistake with your gestures and then you played with it?
Yes.
Did that work for people when she played with that?
I loved it.
Listen, so Pamela said she loved it. Bobby's shaking his head yes. I loved it too. Arma,
head.
What was that, Annie?
I nodded my head.
Okay. Our mistakes that we make when we recover from them and play with them can be the best things we do.
What I wanted to say was I want to start over, but then I stopped. I just made it a part of my perfectionist speech.
You did great at it, but part of me would have actually loved if you would have said, I want to start over. It would have given me, I don't know, for some reason, it would have given me so much joy inside to hear that. And then,
I could read her mind. I was thinking she was going to stop, and I was so happy that you kept going. But then on stage, you might go, normally, I would wish I could reverse this moment and start over and not mess that up.
And I would have liked you to say start over, and then you tell me that I don't do this very often. It's not a pattern of mine. But I love how you spun it. Okay.
Yeah, that was nice, Patricia.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Any other feedback for Patricia?
I love the way she did the examples of gestures, voice, and my outfit this way, you know. So getting into the specifics, showing the examples like you guys were sharing with me makes it really powerful. It's not just I want to look good, but in this way, in this way, in this way.
So I have a question. I'm going to be doing this on Zoom probably several times. because I have Toastmaster speeches and other things that I'm working on. Do you think I ought to do it standing up or sitting down? Because standing up is going to create too much distance, I think.
Both of them. Do both standing up and sitting down. And so play with it.
Yeah.
Play with it. And then Patricia, here's what came to me as well just a second ago, and maybe I lost it. Did I lose it? It was, oh my gosh. Oh, so when you dress up for Zoom or whatever meeting you're doing, your props are whatever you're wearing. And it can be your earrings, it can be your necklace, and you can go, you don't think I thought about this particular necklace with this particular outfit and this particular cut, and my earrings that you can't even see still needed to be perfect? If you play with things like that, people will love that too.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Patricia, the more playful you are,
I know.
the more enjoyable is the experience for the audience. You're giving us an experience. We want to experience all of you. So what Chris said about being both sitting and standing, and the mirror piece, the advice that he gave you about the mirror, I agree. I looked at the mirror, and and then you can even do so if you wanted to. It's versus that looking to the side versus look. Chris, do it again the way you did it a minute ago.
If you're crossing it and you go, and then you can go, oh my gosh,
there you go.
There's something in my eye, and you can play with it. And
oh, no worries. It's just.
Patricia, I want you to do this.
You will never be able to do that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and you could just say, "Oh, no worries. It's just one eyebrow out of place."
Yeah, some movement like that.
Eyelash out of place.
I just need that.
Patricia, will you be able to do that?
Yes. Could you show us your nose hairs, Patricia? Can you show us your nose hairs?
I love giving Patricia challenges that push her. So let's see if she can do it today. Patricia, can you show us your nose hairs?
My nose hairs. Oh. Do you want to see how perfect my nose hairs are?
Yes! 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 Yes!
Want to see how perfect my makeup is?
I love you. Let me ask this.
I'm not going to say nose hairs because I don't have any nose hairs.
But who loves the line? If Patricia did this, if she gone, I picked out this particular piece of jewelry for today for this reason. I picked out these earrings for this reason.
Because they match perfectly.
Because they match. Absolutely.
Match the silver, and then
even though you can't see them because my hair's forward, they still match. And then go, I even have perfect nose hair. Look at how you guys are all laughing except for Jackie. She is not even moving her mouth an inch.
She's smiling. She is smiling though.
The only one that isn't laughing is Jack. Oh, Jackie's even laughing. So think about that. The line comes together when you play like this is everyone would laugh if you did. Even my nose hairs are perfect because I trim them.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh. Who thinks Patricia should do that?
I'm not doing nose hairs.
Who thinks Patricia should do it?
I think you will get a huge laugh.
Huge laughs.
She doesn't want to. If she doesn't want to do
it, it's not so real.
Aniola, she should do it even more because she doesn't want to do it.
Oh.
And it's
like something.
You know how much I fought with her to do the Clint Eastwood version?
Oh yeah.
We wrestled over Zoom to do it. And she finally did it, and then she's convinced. You'll get so many laughs, especially if you make it dramatic. You know what else I need to make perfect? My nose hairs.
That would really only work on Zoom. It won't work as well on the stage.
Oh, you could. It would even work on the stage. You could. I even should show your audience. I even perfect my nose hairs.
Yeah. It's powerful though, more powerful on Zoom when you can move in close.
Right. When you can give people an actual look inside your nose.
You may not want to go too close.
I feel like I'm getting ready to kiss a pig.
All right. Who's up next?
Oh, so great.
Bobby.
I don't even know what you guys are doing.
Oh, so so we did a bunch of exercise leading up to this. So any 90 seconds to 3 minutes of your own story, any story you want to tell that you're working on.
Okay, give me a minute. I'll think of something.
Okay, if Jackie, are you ready? Otherwise, I'll do something of mine.
I can try.
Okay,
I can try.
I love it.
You don't know if you love it yet.
I love that you said, "I will try," or "I can try."
Okay.
My friend has makes a T word. He calls it the T word. Even try as negative. I think
It
try is
is.
one of the most powerful 3-letter words there is.
You know, when you try.
You know what? I love that you said that, Chris, because whenever Michael would tell me, well, you need to just do this. And I would say, okay, well, I'll try. And he's like, there is no try. There's only do, or whatever that stupid quote is from Star Wars.
You got Yoda on you. Yeah.
There is no try. Only do. Whatever.
Very nice. Nice version of Yoda. I am totally with you. It's the one thing I hate that Yoda said. How do you get, if you know for sure you can do it, you can do it. But if you don't know for sure, you're not doing it. You're trying to do it. And then you might do it.
Exactly.
You might fail. And if you fail, then you can try again and again and again.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Trying is the practicing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love.
First you do again. That's not the quote.
Yeah.
Right?
I love try. So bring your try.
You know what I have to say about that? Suck it, boss baby.
Jackie.
All right. Okay. Good story. I was cautiously optimistic. I never made it before. It was meatloaf. My mom always made meatloaf with ketchup on the top. And this recipe, it didn't call for ketchup. It called for a mixture of ketchup and barbecue sauce on the top. But there was one big difference with this meatloaf. As I pulled it out of the oven and I smelled it, smelled so good. It was meatloaf, but there was no meat in it. There was no meat because my husband and I only ate fish. He wouldn't let us eat wheat. He wouldn't let us eat very much sugar at all, but this recipe checked all the boxes. I called it out and I was so proud of myself. I cooked something new and it was gonna be delicious. I knew it was gonna be delicious. And the doorbell rang. Okay, you can do this. You can do this. I opened the door and it was my sister. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? You know, I'm so tired because I went to therapy and oh my goodness. I was just, it was so emotional, but I'm here for you. I will be here for you. I sighed. Okay, you can do this. So she came to the table. I pulled out the meatloaf and I heard him coming down the stairs. Took a deep breath. You can do this. I adjusted my menu for the week. Another sister had made me an erasable menu for the week, and I was experimenting with the new recipes that I was going to be making for him. I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. There was only one opening, but I would think of what I was going to add to that. I came down the stairs in a huff, and he said, you know, and he went right over to my menu, and I said, look, I've got this menu for the week. And he said, he pulled open the cap, and he took the pen, and he wrote, get a job. I had a job. I was a piano teacher. Get a job. That's all I have to say. Get a job. He didn't even say hi to my sister. He just rumbled that out and he sat down. Oh, this was not starting well at all. Okay, that's what I have so far.
I like it. All right, who has some feedback for Jackie?
I like the anticipation that you create around the meatloaf and the attitude of your husband. You were married to him at the time, I assume,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Mhm.
And the anticipation of him not liking it or having some criticism about it. I mean, that was clear, that was palpable, that you were concerned about him not liking the meatloaf, even though you checked all the boxes. So I think that, of course, I know the backstory a little bit, so maybe that wasn't quite as obvious to other people. What did you think?
I'll give you some of my feedback before I forget it. One of the ideas I had for you is when he's coming down the stairs, I could tell by the sound of his shoes coming down the stairs, it wasn't going to be good. I love that image. Have you ever heard someone walk and the way they're walking, they're moving?
They're not happy.
Yeah. And then I like jumping into the action faster in that I know my husband doesn't like me so you create the character fast if it's a short story. Like in improv, you want to identify the characters as fast as possible. I know he doesn't like when I experiment, but this hit all his boxes. Boom, name his boxes. I put it on the menu for the week, on the whiteboard that he created for me. Doesn't have to be true. It can be a control issue. The whiteboard he created for me. I put the one place I could experiment and put it in there. And then he came down, you could tell by his footsteps how he's coming down, and he raced the board and get a job.
So it makes it more dramatic than it actually was when it happened.
Right.
I mean, the rest of the story, which I didn't go into, was he had been like, we need to have a mediator that's impartial. And he thought my sister would be like, oh, hey. And he just kept going round and round in circles. And he got so mad that she started crying and she left. And then he left. And then I was sitting there like, what just happened? And then I sat down and I wrote a song about it.
I love even that. That's a great story right there. So
yeah,
forget about people that are really delusional. They think that your sister or everyone's going to take their side.
Yeah.
And like I've had, and I'm not perfect. I hate to tell you guys this and break your bubble about me, but I'm not perfect. I've had some past girlfriends going, everyone agrees with me, Chris. It's all your problems. And I go, okay, let's bring them in. And I'll share my side with them because they're only hearing yours. And they go, no, we're not bringing them in. Everyone's a little delusional that even the people that love you will take their side. So you can play off that if you want to as well with that story.
Well, what I loved about it was that whole thing of like, you're anticipating, is he going to like it? Is he going to like it? And then what he does is so unpredictable. That happened to me a lot. I would try to please him, and then whatever happened just came completely out of left field. I never knew how he was going to react to anything.
I love what Annie's saying to use with your stories too, Annie and Jackie's, is that make him keep that unpredictableness to his character, and also that you wanted to please him. So if you put it, this hit, I know I don't please him all the time, and actually a lot of time, but this hit all his buttons. This fit in every checkbox that he wanted. I was so excited about my new creation, and I knew it was going to be good. Get a job.
Yeah.
And then when he left, the meatloaf was just sitting there, and I was like, he didn't even care.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get the reaction from him about your meatloaf.
And I was going to say that too, I love your first two lines. I was cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
I had never met before.
Yeah.
And then you went into meatloaf, but you might have kept that mystery going just a little bit more. But those lines are brilliant. And
say those lines again, Pamela, because I'm glad you caught them, because I too loved that opening.
I was cautiously optimistic. You could go anywhere with that. I had never made it before. And the word made could be, like, what exactly does that mean? And you could do so many different words for that.
So Pamela's right. So right then jump into, I think this is going to hit all his boxes. I think this is going to please him, which continues the mystery.
And then you might even say that he gave me this menu board to write down what we were going to eat every night. And I was experimenting with my mother's
Or
meatloaf.
I was experimenting with the one open slot he gave me.
Yeah. And then go into that. But I too, like Patricia, was wanting to hear his reaction. And then I have to say, I mean, I loved it. I got a little lost in there with, you were going on a little bit of a tangent that I wasn't sure, like, okay, let's get back to the meatloaf.
It's going to happen the first time you do stuff, you know.
Yeah. So
be
just
willing to go, you know, take your audience and
I'm
get
not
far.
criticizing at all. It's just that I did get a little lost. And then I, like Patricia was wondering, did he taste it? Did he try it? He didn't even want to try it. He was so mad and then he wiped out everything he'd done to say, go get a job.
Yeah. I wasn't clear about your sister's role. And toward the end, when you talked, he mentioned mediator. I thought maybe she was going to be the mediator. But I think that the story of you cautiously optimistic and having prepared this amazing meatloaf for him that checked all the boxes, and then hearing him come down the stairs, I think I would have liked to have heard him expressing whatever around the meatloaf. No, I don't know if it's. I know
Well, he never
part
had
of the story.
meatloaf. Did he ever have
Yeah.
a bite of the meatloaf?
Have it. I got that right because I am so familiar with that switch thing that they do. It's like,
Yep.
huh, okay.
Yep, they're the eggshells.
So if Annie's familiar with it, I would keep using whatever people are familiar with that have gone through something similar. Bobby, let's jump to Bobby. Have you got a story ready for us?
I don't know, but I'm gonna play. That's
All
all that
right.
matters,
Okay.
right?
I like that word too. Play, try, play, whatever it is.
Play.
What if the key to success was simply being willing to try one more time? Just one more time. Where does success lie? Success lies on the opposite side of failure. Why are we so afraid to fail? What is it about society that's got us into this mindset that failure is somehow bad? Failure's not bad. Every success that has ever occurred has come on the backside of failure. We're on a piece of technology, a screen that is lit up. I can see you, you can see me. The technology behind this is electricity. The development of electricity came from a man who was willing to fail thousands of times. But when asked if he'd ever failed, he said, I never failed at anything. I simply learned 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. And that was Thomas Edison. I wanted to write a book. I knew I had the ability, but I'd never done it before. I knew I could write because I think I started in kindergarten. I didn't do it very well. As a matter of fact, my sister wrote my name for me because I couldn't write it myself, but that really wasn't my fault. I mean, my parents had turned me from a right-hander into a left-hander, from a left-hander to a right-hander. It was a confusing time for me. And I thought I couldn't even write. So my whole philosophy about whether I was a writer or not and whether I could write was dwarfed from the time I was in kindergarten. And I had to untangle the mystery of that. I had to get back to that time. And then once I did, I went as an adult, and I thought to myself, well, ultimately I finished school and I got a degree and I had to write to be able to do all that. So I think I'm a writer. I think I could be a writer. So I decided to try. And guess what? It worked. I wrote, and people actually liked what I wrote. And then I thought to myself, I'll bet I could write a book. I'll bet I could really do it. And guess what? I did.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. So for me, the only well, the big feedback I'd give is start with your ending story.
Okay.
Start with the
Listen,
body.
I just straight up rolled with that. I said I was just going to play. I just played.
I love it. So I love the Edison story. I would learn, like, if something fits what you're talking about, learn the Edison story, learn the 3 lawnmower story, or the building the wall, the brick wall, learn those particular stories and use them. But if it's your first story, the Bobby story is powerful. And I would have loved even more. I was writing, and they took it out of my hand and made me, even when I wanted to put it back, they made me put it back again. I think you got a powerful story with your left-right thing, Bobby, and how many left-handers were forced to try to do it right-handed.
Yeah, and Chris, I so appreciate this because I really wanted to focus on that part of this. So this is really good feedback for me. So if anybody else has any feedback around the writing piece and what happened to me as I was 4 years old in kindergarten, right? Like literally my sister was writing my name for me and I thought it was because I couldn't write, but that wasn't what happened.
Use that right there. I love my sister wrote my name for me. But I thought I love my sister, but I thought she was doing it because she knew I couldn't write or whatever it is. And then they would keep making me take it out of my left, and even don't tell them why, almost the mystery of that. I would write with my left hand, but they would make me for some reason take it and move it to my right hand. And I didn't understand why they were doing that, because I'd always go, this feels so much better, but they'd keep making me do it.
Okay.
And it was so frustrating.
So create some mystery around it.
I would open with that. I would open with the whole scene of you being forced to use your right hand when your left hand was more uncomfortable. And you can create a lot of mystery around that. And then, of course, it's a perfect segue into the fact that here you are, a writer.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. So I would begin with that story.
Yeah, I've actually done some work now, and I started with France, and I was going to learn how to write my name left-handed again so that I could actually sign my name left-handed, and I kind of got away from that, and I'm thinking I might want to get back to that. I think there's something there for me. I don't know what it is exactly, but I feel a lot of energy around it.
I think there is too, and it's a powerful thing to basically say what you want to do or what feels natural to you, and people no, that's wrong. Your natural feelings are wrong. There's deep lessons in that, and I love your sister, the well-meaning, caring sister that would write for you your name on it, and you could feel the love, but it also felt like she didn't feel like I was good enough. I'm not a writer.
Well, no, she didn't want me to be embarrassed, or maybe it was that she didn't want to be embarrassed. I'm not even sure, right? I mean, I could
have that conversation with her now, but even just also project what you felt. I felt like that she was looking out for me. She didn't.
No. I mean, I could create mystery around it by saying, I thought maybe she was embarrassed for me, but maybe it was she was embarrassed for herself. I don't even know. I mean, I could kind of create a little mystery around that.
Absolutely. I think there's some powerful stuff in that.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are going to be thinking about things that maybe they've done, right, to kind of, shield something for their own selfish reasons, not because they were really trying to help somebody, but because maybe they were a little bit embarrassed themselves and they were kind of trying to shield themselves from that.
I'll think about parenting so many times that they want their kid to shape up because they don't want to be embarrassed themselves.
Yes.
The kid's not embarrassed. They're just shoving their own embarrassment on their kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good. All right. Any other feedback for Bobby? All right. I will give you a short version of one of my stories.
All right.
I was sitting in the car and I couldn't believe I was going to do this. Was I ready to do this? I actually looked in the mirror. Are you sure you're ready to do this? And I was surprised. The answer was coming back, yeah, I think I'm ready. I don't know if I could handle failing this big, because in the past, a ghost was haunting me. And the ghost was always there every time I would go to speak. You're not good enough. It was like, you're going to fail. You're going to sweat and they're all going to see you and you're going to get rejected. But I knew I hadn't prepared for this. I knew there was a good chance I was going to fail. I was going to do stand-up comedy and I hadn't prepared anything. And I was surprised. The eyes were soft when they came back at me that you can do this and it doesn't matter. We're going to love you whether you fail or not. So I walked into that room and I got in front of those people. I grabbed the microphone and stuff came out of my mouth. and not very many people laughed. And I kept talking, and I didn't go all red-faced and pour sweat, which I was surprised and happy. Hey, Ghost, you don't get to come here no more. And at the end of my talk, someone went up to me and patted me on the shoulder. Chris, it's all right. You know, not everyone can be a comedian, but keep trying. So I knew it had gone really well in that moment.
Oh dear.
All right, that's my little story. And so for me, I added in the microphone. I like the microphone. There was no microphone, but the most of the rest of the story is true. I was surprised that I could actually get up in front of an audience and risk it, because that ghost from middle school had haunted me until then, and it was painful, felt dangerous. I felt like I could never fail that bad again and maybe not survive forward.
I like the way you say, I got up and I spoke, and words actually did come out of my mouth.
No, he said stuff came out of my mouth.
Stuff. Right. Stuff came out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chris, I really liked it, and looking in the mirror, and I was surprised that you know, what came back was a yes. And the ghost thing, I liked Hit the Road, and because I love to just burst out in the song, would have said, hit the road, ghost, and don't you come back no more. Okay, back to the story.
Well, I want you to do that in your speeches, Pamela, because I love how you do it. Burst out in song with that when a music lyric fits what you're teaching, because you are fun when you do that and playful when you do that, and you're giving permission to the other people to play with you. And
okay,
you notice
this is about you, Chris. Let's get back to you. Come on, buddy. Thank you. Yes, I will do that. But it made me think that. But then when you said the eyes were soft, oh, that was just beautiful. I could feel every bit of your transformation and the ease in which you came out of it. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, that was a great line, Pamela. You're right. Eyes were
we're
soft.
talking about.
Eyes were soft, and that popped for me too.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for saying that. Yeah. And that for me is the first time playing with it in that particular way. I've told a version of that story before, but this was because of the exercises on feeling, senses, and other things. It helped me get into different version of it, my feelings during it, what was looking back at me. So thank you guys for sharing that. I know we're past our normal time. I wanted to do, and maybe if one of you wants to take on the challenge, or two, the animal fable. Does everyone, well, let's first say this. Who has an animal that they want to be?
I do, but I have to wake her up and get her started because I have that 11 o'clock call.
Let's just do this. Share the animal that you were going to be, and next time we're going to do an animal fable that we're going to create. You get your animal, and I'm going to give you a lesson that I want you to use your animal to experience and share.
My animal is the giraffe. The giraffe.
Giraffe. I
Yes.
like the giraffe.
Mine is not. Obviously, for me, the cat.
Cat. Okay, love it. Jackie?
Mine is not an animal. It's actually a butterfly.
It's a butterfly. I like you can be the butterfly. You can break this rule and not be an animal, and you can be a butterfly because it has flappy, beautiful wings.
I don't know what that accent was, but thank you.
I don't know either. I have no idea what it was.
It was like half German, half British, half something else.
I'm going to muddle my accents and just play with them and have a different voice, and you're going to drive some people crazy, but other people, I just threw a little Scottish in there.
Albert Einstein becomes a Deutschman.
A Deutschman.
What?
Aniola, what is your animal?
A fox.
A fox?
And now you need to say.
I shall tell us a fox.
You are breaking up on my end. I want to
What?
hear if it's a fucking fox or a fox.
A fox.
Okay.
And wait. There's something that she needs to sing.
Oh,
What does the fox say?
yeah.
Ding,
What's the fox say?
Ding, 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 ding,
Many
ding, ding.
miles ago that night before he reached the town, oh, town, oh, town, oh. Many a mile to go that night before he reached the town, oh.
Oh, that's a different song.
Yes, but yeah, you got to look up what does the fox say. Jackie, maybe
Oh,
sing that to her. Bobby,
Alternate.
Sir Bobby, what is your animal?
I have a bird, and the bird is the eagle.
I love the eagle. Thank you, Pamela, for sending me.
I took
I
the
love
picture.
my picture now. My horned animal spirit.
It looks great, by the way. And if you turn those lights out like this, maybe it'll be a different picture.
I'll be a ram.
You'll be a ram.
No.
Turn the lights on, and then you'll look like I don't even know what.
We were doing happy hour, and one of my friends was laying down, and her fan on the ceiling was over her head, and her hair was all messy. Anyway, it was really cute, and she looked like a Playboy bunny. And so I took the picture and sent it to her, and it's hysterical. You know, with the bunny ears, the fan ears. So I look for those backgrounds, and it's pretty funny. Chris, I like it.
My animal spirit is, well, I only have one light on. My animal spirit is going to be
Lion, tiger,
either a tiger, yes, either a tiger
panther,
or a panther, yes. I do like the fox too, Annie. A fox actually went through the yard the other day here, and they're beautiful. And then on my bike ride, coming back, there was a fox running in the road in front of me, and he didn't hear me. I was going, and then he heard my bike all of a sudden. He had like maybe I shouldn't say it. He had something furry in his mouth. Let's just put it that way. And all of a sudden he saw me and just, boom, he sprinted off super fast.
Well, maybe the furry thing was a rat that you don't want to have anywhere near your house.
That's right, Annie. It was a rat.
So what are we going to do with the story? Because I really have to.
We're gonna go right now. But what it is, I want you to have that, your spirit animal or whatever animal, and also know this: you can make up stories with animals and have animal voices and other characters in it to make points. Now, you can create one of your own in the meantime if you want and share it with someone else. But next time, I'm going to give you a lesson that I want you to create with your animal, and you're going to create it right on the spot. So there's going to be no pressure to create it. You're going to, if like say I give you forgiveness, for the fox and forgiveness, Aniola. If I give you that, you just create a story about the fox and a lesson of forgiveness.
Oh, is that for next time or the time after?
It's for the next time.
Monday morning.
Monday morning at 9 a.m. for Jackie.
Okay, guys, got to go. Got to go.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See you later.
Thanks for playing.
Bye. I love you.
Laugh.
Thank you.
Jackie, what accent am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing.
Hey, Chris, I have a question before we go.
You can ask your question, Patricia.
What is this program that's happening on podcast tomorrow? Are you doing it? Obviously you are.
I am on it today. The podcast program is the next 5 days, but tomorrow being Friday, I am on the virtual event for virtual events.
Show us your water bottle.
I show you my water bottle again.
Yes, I like this water bottle.
I showed you my gift box.
Yes.
My swag box.
Yes, I like this. It's very good.
I show you I don't know where it is. I look at where is it? Oh, there it is. I show you my heart. There is my heart right there.
Oh,
you have my heart.
This is going to be fun. We need to do this once we can all go back out to the store and get supplies and stuff. We need to create our own little paddles. It's going to be fun.
Great idea, Bobby. I give you my heart. It is yours. You have it.
I take it. I take your heart.
Take it.
I will spank you with my heart.
I give you my smiley face. I give you a smiley face. Oh, I wink. I wink at you.
That's a winky smile.
I wink. I say, oh, good idea. Light bulb goes off.
Yes, my friend Thomas made that.
Thomas made that. And he didn't never make a mistake. He just found lots of ways to not do it. But then he did it.
Yes, this is truth.
Yes, it is truth.
Thomas was very persistent.
And then I don't know what this is. How can you eat an elephant? Oh, I know what it is. One bite at a time. You don't want to eat that little baby elephant.
Oh, no. It's
Why would you eat
like
an elephant with a chickie on its head?
like Horton hears a who.
Ooh. And Bobby's favorite thing out of it.
Oh, coffee cup. Very good.
He feels it, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And oh, you can do this.
Yes. Yes, I can do this. And you
You
too
can
can do
do
it.
this, people.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you all doing it? Are you all doing the podcast thing? No.
No.
Chris.
I'm doing the, Vanessa signed up for the podcast. She missed yesterday because she was preparing for her webinar, which is today. So she's giving her webinar today. Pamela is on the podcast thing. It's 5 days for $5 challenge on podcast. He's got great stuff. Again, my podcast is pretty informal. It's a Zoom interview whenever you want. You talk about your fears. Aniola's already done it. Talk about a fear you've overcome or broken up with. I will advertise it. I bet I get a bunch of people on there that want to be interviewed by me, I'm guessing. What else? Oh,
So it's five consecutive days.
yeah, that one. This one. So the one here that was here. This particular one, I'm doing how I go. This one is on
Do it like Vanna.
it is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 a.m. Is it 10 a.m.? I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Central.
No, it's Eastern. I think it starts at 10 a.m.
I'm messing with you, bro. No, he said, no, it's Eastern.
Eastern.
Like, I know what time your thing is, right?
Eastern. I believe it starts at Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern time, Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, it's, I think, 10 to 5.
Oh, well, I was going to reach out to you to do
Bye, all.
this,
See you
but
later.
I guess it'll have to be next week.
Next.
Bye.
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 Goodbye, people. Goodbye, Eniola. Goodbye, Sir Bobby.
A wonderful event. Live long and prosper, even though I can't.
Did you read that thing I sent you last night? That
Which
text?
particular thing, Sir Bobby? I read some of it, but not all of it.
The text I sent you.
The last text, I did read it. You PhD, I see. Yes, you are.
What did you think about that? Did you like that? Or,
No,
or
I liked
not?
it. I liked it. I mean, I think some of your other, if for serious stuff, some of your other verbiage is better, but I love it for playfulness. And
Well, I mean, it's kind of a bold move, right? I mean, what if I'd say that and then I do a switch all of a sudden, I'm not really don't have a PhD in storytelling, but what I do have is a bachelor's degree in nursing, you know what I'm saying? And then I go on to, I think it's a great segue.
yes, I love that actually. So
Can we talk about it more later?
Yes, we can.
When are you finished today?
Is the time for my first Zoom interview, like maybe Monday? But can we do it on Monday after sometime this time?
Chris, send me a text. Send me a text and let me know when you're available today.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I think I'm available after like about 5 my time, which would be after 3 your time or so.
Perfect.
Okay.
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 Yes,
Good luck.
Annie, yes, like Monday or Tuesday next week works for me.
Great. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie.
Bye.
You might at 9 and